How's it going, YouTube? Welcome back to another video on the channel. Today we are going to be covering what cards you should probably pick up soon if you want to play competitively in the upcoming national season with Cyberstorm access. Before we begin, make sure to leave a thumbs up on the video, subscribe if you like this kind of content that really helps grow the channel, and of course the best way you can support me is picking up some of my merch. So if you do enjoy this type of stuff, link is in the description below. You can pick it up today. If you want 5% off any single or sealed product, head over to tier0games.com and use code GALZO5 at checkout. So let's start off with Elemental Hero Prisma. This is probably not a secret anymore, looking at its market price that is rising pretty extensively, but it is still relatively affordable if you do want to consider playing the strategy. So why is Elemental Hero Prisma rising in price? Elemental Hero Prisma says that you can reveal a fusion monster from your extra deck, send one fusion material whose name is listed as cost from the deck to the graveyard, and all of that is just cost. It needs to be activated, but this is the cost. This card's name becomes the send monster until the end phase, and people are going to be using this in Cyberstorm access to climb up to the Vicious Shroud that requires Visa's Starfrost. So essentially you can search this becomes Visa's Starfrost, and then you can just link for the link 1. I picked up some of these like a month ago. Now it's getting a little bit more expensive because I think this was the last time it was printed in Fusion Enforcers. Maybe it's gonna get a reprint soon, but again, it's rising in price. So if you are considering playing Manadome or Scareclaw, this is the card you definitely want to pick up. And another card in that strategy is definitely Cross Sheep. So Cross Sheep, again, because of the Vicious Shroud, it's a fusion monster. You can summon it to the arrow that Cross Sheep points to, and then you can summon back the Prisma or whatever else level 4 or lower monster you have in your graveyard. So this combos really well together. It's starting to see a little bit of a rise because people understand that they need to play it. It's a nice secret rare from the 21 tins, so it's almost 2 years ago at this point. So now it's relatively cheap. So again, if you do want to start talking about that strategy, then maybe you should consider picking up this Cross Sheep. The next one is the bow and arrow, actually the crossbow, Superheavy Samurai Soulpiercer. Now it's getting a little bit pricey, but it's still $280 market price, $230, something like that. And this card is relatively old. This is Secrets of Eternity, which was a while ago. This is a key component to the Superheavy Samurai strategy, which is insanely strong. The things that you can do with the Superheavy Samurai combo in Cyberstorm Access are actually pretty insane. So I picked up a few of these just to make sure I have them, but they are definitely going to rise up in price unless they get printed. And there is reason to assume that maybe this will get reprinted in OTS 22. And again, same thing with that Superheavy Samurai Soulpeacem. Now it's sort of like steadying around this point. I think like at the beginning of January, it saw a little bit of a spike because of Superheavy Samurai. Now it's around $3 market price, and it's only a rare from Invasion Vengeance. Again, could be reprinted, but a very important part of the Superheavy Samurai combo, and I think it's only a one-of. Another Superheavy Samurai support card is actually Platinum Gadget, that again, only has one print, by the way, in dual power, and it's rising pretty steadily, again around $3, and what it can do is actually special summon a level 4 or lower machine monster from your hand to a zone this card points to. So again, you can search with the Superheavy Samurais, then extend and summon to the field, which is just because this card only has one print and it's a couple of years old. Now it's getting a little bit of a rise in price. Wait, only 32% of you are subscribed? Come on guys, leave a thumbs up on the video if you're enjoying this and subscribe to support the channel. And if you are scared that Gimmick Puppet Nightmare is getting banned, this is probably your next best bet. DD Orthros, now seeing like a little bit of a fluctuation, but people might not understand that if this card is special summoned to your field, you cannot special summon monsters except fiend type monsters. So the lock is less aggressive than the Gimmick Puppet, but this is the same unpreventable lock that if it gets to the field, even if you remove it, it still applies. And I think that it's a bit harder to get to because it's a level 4, you cannot send it with Grand Guignol, but this is the next best thing, and it's only got one print. So if Gimmick Puppet gets banned, this card is definitely seeing an increase in price. And similar to that, Ra's Disciple is actually very cheap because it has a lot of printings, but again, for the same reason, you should consider picking this up just as a backup if you do like playing this type of lock, just to make sure you have it. Ready Fusion might see a surge of play in Cyberstorm Access because of the increased synchro support, and with the synchro support now it's pretty cheap. This has been in the tins this year as a secret. Some cards from the tins are actually seeing an increase in price, like Lord of Heavenly Prison that saw an increase when Labyrinth played it, and I can probably guarantee you that people are going to start playing Ready Fusion because of cards like Alvin, the Essence of Vanity, which is another 2022 tins. It's a level 2 tuner that you can basically special summon for free with things like Ready Fusion because it doesn't have an effect. It's just a normal monster that happens to be a fusion monster. I don't see this card going up in price, but a lot of the level 6 vanillas, we had some of those in Ghost from the Past, and also this card specifically are going to become targets for Ready Fusion just to extend for more synchro combos. And with those decks, and we saw this in one of Jesse Cotton's latest videos, is Catche L2, which is a very weird name. I just thought it was called level 2 up until this point. Only printing is Savage Strike, and if this card is in your hand, it's a level 2, of course. If this card is in your hand, target one level 3 or higher monster you control, reduce its level by 2 exactly, and if you do, special summon this card. So this is kind of a sleeper right now, might not see an increase in price, but this is a great extender for those heavy, super heavy Samurai Sprite synchro combo decks, and this just might be a sleeper. It has only one printing, so if this gets bought out, which right now doesn't look really likely, it's still very cheap, maybe you should consider picking this up as well. Another thing that I just noticed was that Alba Lenidus, the Abyss Dragon, really going down in price, around $15 market price. So this might be reprinted in the tins as well. It's very likely this will get a reprint in the tins, but again, if you do want this for the Cyberstorm Access format, for some reason, it might see a little bit of a surge of dragons in branded. We still don't really know, but again, things like the Excel Synchro Dragon and the Borlode Savage Dragon, for example, can be fused with Albas to make this. So again, if you do want to pick this up, I just want to make sure that you guys know that it's been seeing a pretty steady decrease since February. Now again, for the Super Heavy Samurai combos, Ancient Gear box from Primal Origin, very cheap still. I do see this card beginning to spike up in price, specifically because of Ancient Gear Ballista, which is from Dual Overload. This is the only printing of this card. It's already $430, and you can add the Ancient Gear box and just extend to do Earth Machine combos. And again, you can add one Earth Machine 500 attack or defense from your deck, and these are the Super Heavy Samurais. They are Earth Machines as well, some of them, and this is an extender for that combo as well. And I think if you do want to splurge in getting a high rarity copy of Branded High Spirits, this card may become super relevant in the next format with Cyberstorm Access, with cards like Guiding Quem that you can search off of this. Currently, the super version is going down again in price. It was around $2 for a moment. Now it's going back down. I think this is the time to pick this up because I think that it might see play in Cyberstorm Access. So I don't usually do these types of videos, but I do want to make sure you guys are aware and prepared for the next month. I think right now people are going to catch on to things like this and prices are going to start spiking up again. So make sure you guys know this. If you did like this video, leave a comment down below about what you thought and what are other sleeper cards that I did not mention in this video. Leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed and subscribe if you do like this kind of content. It really helps. Thank you so much for watching again. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.